Alrighty. Today's topic is going to be the benefit of showing up even when you don't feel like it. And more so how that builds discipline within your own mind. This one should be fairly obvious though. So let's just first do our first set of this, and then we'll I'll start talking about it here and finish it over there at the cable crunches. But keep in mind, I'll probably only do 2 sets here. So one here, one off camera, just because my legs are they're just dead. After leg day last time, it's just not happening. Slipping. Okay, this is gonna have to be enough. One more camera. Oh, hold on. Wait. Okay. So let us talk about our topic for today. I think the main benefit to coming when you don't really want to is pretty obvious. Is it builds discipline, right? You're coming in a not a stage, but like you're coming when you have the mindset of someone that does not want to be here, and what that does is it trains your body to kind of resist that mentality, if that makes sense. Anyone can show up when they want to. Anyone can show up when they feel motivated, when they feel encouraged to do so. It takes someone with like a certain amount of discipline to even show up when they don't feel like it, when they're tired or when they're not feeling motivated or when they're not, just not feeling it. But there are other benefits that accrue when it comes to showing up and not wanting to be here. And we'll talk about that after. Let me just do this really quick. My warm up. Okay. The other added benefit to coming when you don't want to is you build mental fortitude. And that accumulates over time, right? As you become more disciplined and as you become someone that is more prone to not ignoring, but kind of like overriding the signals your brain is sending, it becomes easier to do certain things in the gym. It becomes easier to push past what you think is your limit when it comes to certain sets. It becomes easier to walk more cardio, do certain things that you did not expect you would be able to do. Why? Because you've developed a habit of not only denying the initial response of your brain, but um, almost like examining and analyzing where that's coming from and whether or not it has any validity to it. Because a lot of times what happens is when you don't want to come to the gym is it's something that's in your head, right? It's, I feel tired, I don't want to go, it's going to be boring, it's going to suck, all these things, all these negative mental thoughts that kind of just accumulate, right? And the end result is you not showing up. But once you start kind of like showing up regardless, what happens is your brain learns to just not send those signals at all because it knows that it's just pointless, right? Because when your brain sends those signals, it's to let you know, hey, I want to back off. Right? I want to just kind of like, my way through things. And you have to make the decision to ignore those thoughts, to ignore that desire, and instead pursue something else, right? Instead pursue the goal that you had in mind. And whether or not that's easy, I can't say, because for some people it's a lot easier than others. Right? Some people have a really hard time overcoming their emotional or their their mental obstacles, and some people, they really don't have to think about it; it just happens. I'd say I'm like kind of a flip flop, where a lot of times when I say I'm going to do something, it's not really a question of if it's going to happen. Like, it's pretty hard to get me off of an idea. But I do have my moments, right? And everyone kind of does. What matters is that you address those moments in the present time, right? And you address those things when they're happening, so that you can develop this habit, this really good habit of ignoring the negativity, ignoring the idea that you're not capable of pushing yourself that day. And, you're able to come to the gym and give your best or somewhat your best most days of the week, right? Rather than having to just have certain days where you just kind of suck, or you feel like you're sucking. So hopefully that's helpful in some regard. We'll do 2 sets. So one here, one off camera, and then we'll go do some decline setups because my legs they're not going to be doing pike ups today. It's not happening. Okay. One more off camera. Okay. We got. We got this, and then then we gotta check things out after this, because we have one more off camera after this. So. Oof. Okay, one more off camera, and then we check things out. All right, team. This is how we're looking today. If you did enjoy the content, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.